when you're running your numbers, I will run my numbers and then I'll add about a 10% buffer. I would put that to about 20% these days, and it's for a couple of reasons. You may not use all of that when you're running your numbers, especially the better you get at estimating. The more experience you have, the longer you've been doing it, you won't miss some of the unforeseen things. But what he was mentioning, again, is that as you're going through this, when he put his AC in, something he didn't notice when he was first running his numbers is that there are some very, very low ceilings. So you have to frame in the ability to bring central heat and air that can't come through the top. And there was some framing, they had to frame a closet for the inside unit because it was larger. So some of those expenses, another $1,800 on top of the $8,200 for the HVAC. There's some of those hidden things that if you have less experience, you just don't think about it, or there's little things here and there. Some of the tree trimming, I think, wasn't in his original budget. And so if you miss some of those things, or there's just surprises. Every deal has a surprise. Tim may be better than me at this, but I can tell you almost any renovation I've done, and I've done a lot of them in the 3 figures as far as the number of renovations I've done. There's been very few that I haven't taken longer than I thought and been more expensive than I thought. I mean, it's like a rainbow colored unicorn if that ever happens. And so, I mean, I guess I could set the bar really high, like it's gonna cost me $1 million and I'll get it done within 10 years, and then I would beat it every single time. But as far as what I normally estimate, it always costs more. So that's just in the cards, right? Discover it, but make sure that buffer's in there. And that is more so even for those of you guys that are fairly new. If you're working on your first project, you have to be that much more cautious and careful because you may not have, maybe you guys are all loaded, I don't know, but I'm saying when you're newer in the business, you typically don't have the deeper pockets or the kind of the buffer to kind of take care of you if something goes wrong. And so you really got to make sure you do it well. And especially if you're using hard money, hard money's expensive, and you start paying high interest, and your deal goes 3 or 4 months over time, or over on your budget. That's going to just crush you even more so, just because you're paying so much for your money, right? For your acquisition and rehab costs.